The Tulip, the Zebra, Sloth, Exotic Bird, and Cotton Candy all performing tonight on the latest episode of The Masked Dancer. This is the final five. Hey everybody, Dan here. This is my Masked Singer wrap-up for the Final Five. Welcome to Dan Reviews It. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, I would love to have you as a subscriber, so please think about doing that. But most importantly for my Masked videos is the comments. Comment below with who you think is under these remaining masks. We saw 5 go down to 4 tonight, so next week is going to be the semifinals. Before we talk about the performances, let's talk a little bit about the episode itself. So we had Mayim Bialik as the guest panelist for the night. Makes sense. Fox always trying to get members of their own team and their different shows on the panel. We've had Rob Lowe already this year. We've had Cheryl Hines from the Ken Jennings. I've been watching a lot of Jeopardy. The Ken Jeong show. I Can See Your Voice. But Mayim Bialik, of course, the star of the new sitcom Call Me Kat, which Fox is very heavily promoting. So makes sense that she would be on. And she actually had some interesting thoughts. I don't think any of her guesses were correct. No, actually, you know what? I'm sorry. I stand corrected. As we go through, actually, I think one of hers is right on the money. And it's something that I've been saying since week 1. So, yes. But other than that, she had some interesting, but I think incorrect guesses for the other people. So let's get started actually with the person who got voted off, because you know what, this is an easy one to talk about. It's been somebody that I've been mentioning for a few weeks. I didn't have her right from the start. I was thinking originally it was Venus Williams, but I had the Exotic Bird called very soon after that. So let's go over the clues tonight. So each performer did not give their own clue package. Masked Singer after so many weeks will have like a friend or a mentor or something of the singer give the little clue package. But here, since they do all have some sort of dancing partner, one of their dancing partners is the one giving the clues. So for the Exotic Bird, we had a calendar of all Mondays. There was a model airplane we saw. There was a Santa Claus. And she said that for Exotic Bird, being a mama is heartwarming to see. We had a jersey with the number 23 on it. And then during the performance, there was actually some clues as well, because in the background on stage, there was a diner called the Nowhere Diner with the number 6 on it. So, okay, a couple of things that the panel was thinking from the clue package tonight. So, Ashley Tisdale was all about the Kardashian train. I forget why she even thought that, but she was all over that and was thinking, yep, definitely a Kardashian. Eve was thought of by Mayim Bialik because the Santa Claus thing, and she's got, Eve's got the famous claws, tattoos, on her right above her breasts. The song she did, I should say that, was a Paula Abdul tune, Opposites Attract, great song, and her word was circus, and that's actually why Ashley was sort of leaning towards a Kardashian, because of course their family is a whole circus. But Paula was thinking it was Jordan Sparks, and she had pointed out that the Nowhere Diner could mean no air for the song No Air with her and Chris Brown, and she also pointed out the jersey with the number 23 on it, Michael Jordan's number, Jordan Sparks. So that's where she was going with that. And so in our final guesses here, Brian, well, first they asked the questions, of course, on the Dancer show, not the Masked Singer, but Brian said, are you taller than Ken? People ask that every week, and the answer is usually yes. I don't think it's correct for Cotton Candy, but we'll get to that. Ashley said, are you used to performing in front of large crowds? And she said yes, and kind of laughed and said, and small ones too. Ken said, have you ever won a major award? And she said, maybe. Mayim asked if she'd ever been on a magazine cover. That was a yes. And Paula said, have we met before? And she goes, girl, yes. So, all right. Then at the final, who do you think this is? The final guess is Brian said it was Ashley Graham, because there were some model clues. He had guessed her before. Ken thought it was Jennifer Hudson, which is, of course, another, much like Jordan Sparks, another American Idol alum. Jennifer did not win, of course, but Jordan did. Mayim stuck with her Eve clue, and Paula went with Jordan Sparks, and Ashley sort of, bit off of that a little bit and said, look, she did a Paula song. She obviously has some sort of connection to Paula. Paula's been right before. I'm gonna go with Paula, even though I think it's Khloe Kardashian. I'm gonna go with Paula and say Jordan Sparks. And this is something I have been saying for weeks. It was Jordan Sparks. No surprise here. We've gone over in the last few weeks several of the clues and what they mean. A couple of things I didn't really know what they meant. Bernie Sanders appeared in one of the clue packages. I think it was last week because of the Bernie meme that was going around. And it's because he was elected senator in 2007, which is the same year as Jordan Sparks won American Idol. Kind of a shoddy clue, but there it is. I don't know what the calendar of all Mondays is. I don't know if she has a song about Mondays or something. But the Santa Claus, she does have a Christmas album, I believe. And then the number 23, Paula got that right. Michael Jordan, of course, leading into Jordan Sparks. And then not only the Nowhere Diner for her song No Air, but the number 6 on the diner door on the stage. I knew right away. I was like, well, this, even more confirms Jordan Sparks. I didn't quite get the Nowhere Diner reference, actually, for No Air, but what I got was she won season 6 of American Idol. So that just bolstered my thought more on Jordan Sparks. So this is one, we don't have to go over all the other clues because we've done it week after week. But I was right on top of that one from the second week that she sang, or that she danced, I should say. So Exotic Bird, yes indeed, Jordan Sparks. A lot of these, I don't think I've changed my mind on the other of the first 3 that we're going to talk about. The Cotton Candy, I do have a new idea on, but let's go over all the other ones first. I don't think we'll hear too much sort of differing from me week to week, but let's go over the clues anyway. So for the Tulip, she was the first dancer, and her buddy said that there was a cup with a pink star on it. It was an iced coffee, so she was sipping from that, and she said that she loves to invite her over, and they watched the Masked Dancer premiere together, and we see peanut butter and jelly sandwich being held out. We also saw a family size potato chip bag, and then she danced to My Boyfriend's Back, that classic, and her word was lifetime achievements. And the panel was all thinking, well, she sounds very young, so lifetime achievements, what could that even mean? And then Ken asked if she'd been performing her whole life, and she said yes. She has been on stage for a long time. And so the guesses from the panel, nobody, by the way, has ever guessed who I think it is, or the sister of who I think it is, who I thought it was weeks ago. But Liza Koshy was guessed, classic TikToker. Haley Duff was guessed, and Jamie Lynn Spears was guessed as well. Both of those going off of the family vibe with the family potato chip bag and all of that kind of stuff. Okay, so I was thinking one of the Ziegler sisters for the last few weeks now. I thought Maddie originally, but last week I came around because of some of what you guys said in the comments. I came around to Mackenzie Ziegler for the Tulip, and I'm sticking with that guess again this week. And a couple things that I don't know really much about the clues from today. I don't know about the iced coffee or anything except for the... Oh, okay, that makes sense actually now. So I learned something about her because we were thinking like maybe this was somebody from Frozen, maybe Kristen Bell. That's been guessed before. But there's something. Why are we thinking Mackenzie over Maddie Ziegler? Well, one reason is the macaroni and cheese, Mackenzie. Okay, we saw that in one of the earlier clue packages. But all of these clues about ice, right? She played Ice Princess Lily in some TV movie or something or other. And so, all of these ice clues. So the iced coffee, the cup had a star on it. She was the star of the Ice princess movie, and there was a princess clue as one of her words, actually. And so for her word today, lifetime achievements, which of course is 2 words, not 1, but that's what she said anyway. That's where Dance Moms originated on Lifetime, and the Ziegler sisters are known for, originally being on Dance Moms. So to me, Tulip is for sure Mackenzie Ziegler. I'm pretty confident about that. So up next was the zebra, and okay, so we saw a bag with $19.92 as a price tag on it. The trainer said, or I guess they're not trainers, they're, the dancing partners. The partner said that Zebra is a champion in his field. And then we saw a $1,000 bill with a B on it going into a bucket that said "for goodwill." Like you see the Red Cross bucket and whatever. So it says "for goodwill" on it. The partner said that Zebra's road started out rocky, but he's got 2 countries cheering him on. And the song was "Take You Dancing" by Jason Derulo, and the word was author. So this leads into the person I've been saying all of these clues. I've been not super confident since week 1, but I've said this person since week 1, and each week the clues are making me more and more and more confident, and now I'm just like, yes, this is 100%. So a couple of the people that were guessed, Barry Bonds was one of them, who Ashley Tisdale, God bless her heart, didn't even know who that was. I'm not much of a football fan, baseball fan, but I do know who Barry Bonds is. Obviously, he's kind of a legend, at least in my lifetime. So, that is surprising. Ashley didn't even have never even heard of him. But Conor McGregor was talked about as well. That was Ashley's guess, because of the UFC kind of stuff. And Ken was sort of making fun of her, like, oh, we're all talking about that it's a boxer, and, Conor McGregor's not a boxer. And that Mayim and Brian were like, actually, no, he definitely is. He fought Mayweather and all this. So, but the best guess I think Mayim Bialik had on this episode was that she thought right away this could be Oscar De La Hoya. Brian said that is exactly who he thought it was last week. And at home, I said, welcome to the party, everybody. I've been saying that since week 1, that this is Oscar De La Hoya. We've been over the clues so many times for the last few weeks. But for this week's clues, the bag with $19.92 as the price tag. 1992 is the year that Oscar De La Hoya represented America at the Olympics. Champion in his field, that makes sense. I don't know what the $1,000 bill specifically means, but putting it in the basket that says "for goodwill," well, he is or was, I guess they rotate year after year, but he was a goodwill ambassador for the Special Olympics a few years back. And then the road started out rocky. I just think that's alluding to him being a boxer. And then his word, author. We had a clue from week 1, I think, that had him holding up a book, and the font on the book is the same font of the Oscar De La Hoya autobiography. So there's no doubt in my mind that's who this is. I've been saying it since the beginning, Oscar De La Hoya. Up next, the Sloth, and this is the one I really have no idea. I've been, I think, on a different person every single week that we've talked about him, and this is the 4th one. So the partner said he is as funny in person as he is on The Masked Dancer, and the partner has seen him on tour, and he's usually the leading man. He speaks 3 languages. We saw a picture of a panda bear when Sloth was looking into the mirror, and Ashley asked him after he performed, is he more known for comedy or drama, and he said he's known for drama. The song that he danced to was the Twist remix. I'm not familiar with it, but it's by Niraj Sridhan, I believe, and his word was rose. Now, I've been on a few different people for this. The panel's guesses tonight, all over the place. I don't know if they've repeated any of their guesses. So Ken Jeong was thinking it might be one of his Crazy Rich Asian co-stars, Harry Shum Jr., who I don't know much about, but he was on Glee. He was like the Asian kid, basically, on Glee. And there was a lot of Glee clues that first week, so I don't hate that guess. I really don't. Ashley was thinking Hugh Jackman, and Mayim thought it might be Jack Black under there, which some of these clues could definitely make sense for some of these. But here's the thing. Last week, I had gone over to the Dancing with the Stars side, thanks to one of my commenters, Tyler, and thought maybe it is Maxim Chermovsky. Now, I had never heard of this person before Tyler's comment, but a lot of these clues made sense last week. I'm not sure if they make any more sense this week, but the bit about he's usually the leading man, I think people often think when they say something like that, oh, well, he must be an actor. He's a leading man, on the Broadway stage, or he's leading man in movies. Well, to me, if I'm thinking it's somebody from Dancing with the Stars, I'm thinking leading man as in he usually leads in the ballroom dance that they do on the show. Now, I don't watch the show. The word rose, to me, in terms of an ABC competition, means The Bachelor, not Dancing with the Stars. But, I mean, rose could mean so many things. Maybe one of his songs that he's known for dancing to is something with, Kiss from a Rose or something. I really don't know. But the whole thing, speaks 3 languages. Well, that would stand to reason, because he certainly speaks English and his native language, and I guess something else. So I'm going to stick with my guess of Maxim Chermovsky. I don't know if that's true because I don't really know much about him, but there's been a lot of 18 clues over the weeks, and he won season 18 of Dancing with the Stars, so makes sense to me. So finally, now we have the cotton candy. Now this one, I've also been back and forth on, but I think, thanks to actually your help on the comments as well, I've narrowed it down to who this is. So let's talk about the clues. There was a gold watch that said 3 o'clock p.m. on it. We had a red, white, and blue sash that said Miss Perfection. And her dancing partner, said she actually runs 3 miles a day in her mask to get used to dancing with a mask on the stage. And we also saw a picture of her in a superhero type cape. And then the song she danced to was the Swan Lake Opus by Tchaikovsky, and her word was prayer. And she also said, I don't know if this was an answer to a question or if this was in the clue package. You have seen me perform for many years. I guess it was a question because she said it, not her trainer, not her partner. You have seen me perform for many years and hopefully many more to come. All right, so I think Ken maybe asked the question if we've known her since she was a child or whatever. So the guesses from the panel: Julianne Hough bandied about again, which is who I actually thought it was the first week, but I long since got off of that. And then Mayim Bialik had an interesting one, which I don't hate. I don't think it's correct, but it's not a bad guess. It's interesting, if nothing else. Because of the superhero cape, she was thinking it could be Hayden Panettiere, who obviously, was on Heroes and can dance. She's got a little bit of a dance background there. But the other panelists were thinking along the Olympic lines, as we've been really for weeks between Christy Yamaguchi and Tara Lipinski and other people. So Christy Yamaguchi was again talked about, which Brian has been on her since, I think, week 2 that the Cotton Candy performed. He's all about Christy Yamaguchi. And then Simone Biles was talked about again. But here is what I know about this season of Masked Dancers. There are 4 gold medals between them. Okay? Now, last week and the week before, I was thinking Tara Lipinski, because there was, big lipstick in the one clue package, Lipinski. All right, Cheryl Hines made that connection. But I had said incorrectly last week that she's got 4 gold medals. She does, but in terms of Olympic gold medals, no, she does not. She only has 1. So thank you to whoever pointed that out. I honestly can't remember off the top of my head, but I think it was one of my regular commenters, so I definitely do appreciate that. And that got me thinking, okay, so obviously because I just looked up on Wikipedia, what their gold medal standings are, and so it tells you gold medals, but I just didn't look closely enough at Lipinski's. So now I'm like, okay, well, who's got 4 gold medals or less? It definitely takes out some people. However, I am convinced and have been convinced that the zebra is Oscar de la Hoya. Well, he has 1 Olympic gold medal. So we need to find somebody that has exactly 3 gold medals that many of these clues could apply to. Because we're thinking here, as well as the panel on the show, it's going to be either a gymnast or an ice skater. There's a lot of clues for both. So I think it's somebody that we have actually not talked about on the show yet, and I don't think anyone has mentioned it on The Masked Dancer. But in the comments, I've been talking with a few people about who this could possibly be, who has exactly 3 Olympic gold medals, and the answer is Gabby Douglas. That's who I think this is. And yeah, some of the clues certainly match up. She was in a Lifetime, or had a Lifetime movie done about her life, and we saw, some Lifetime clues earlier on. 3 o'clock on the gold watch in this clue package. Well, 3 gold medals, 3 gold. That makes sense. And some of the other things we've talked about, just in the different clue packages, led me to believe early on, yes, I thought Julianne Hough at first, but every other week after that, I was like, nope, Olympian, Olympian, Olympian. I was just on the wrong path. I was thinking Tara Lipinski, but now I'm in on Gabby Douglas. So that is it for my thoughts. I am dying to hear from you guys, as I am every week. What do you think? I think Sloth is the only one I'm still a little bit thrown by. I don't know if Maxim Chermovsky is known enough, but he is known for dancing, so it would make sense. Anybody that watches Dancing with the Stars obviously would know who he is. I just don't watch the show. But everybody else, Zebra, I'm 100% Oscar de la Hoya on that. Tulip, I'm pretty sure. Cotton Candy, now that I've figured out the whole gold medal rhythm, I'm almost positive of that one. Sloth, though, I'm still a bit torn on, so please give me your thoughts for that. But otherwise, we'll be back next week with the semifinals, I believe is how Craig called it, which means if it's semifinals, I don't know if we're going to lose 1 or maybe 2 people. I don't know how many they're going to have in the finals. I guess we'll probably lose 1 and then have 3 in the finals. I guess that's what they did last season on The Masked Singer. So that's probably what they'll do. But I will be with you guys every step of the way, of course. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.